I am Multi-Topic Talk. Welcome to this new video about the arrowverse. Today I bring you my overview of the first season of The Flash. I am just done watching again and I don't know what to feel. It was not as good as what I remembered. It was not bad, don't get me wrong. It was just not as good as what I remembered. Now, I always remembered the Flash first season as being amazing and as good as Arrow first season. On my most recent rewatch, it falls far behind. It's still very good, it's still very strong, but it's not as good as Arrow first season. And it has a lot of issues, and the writing may be good at that point in the series because at that point they did care a lot about Barry Allen, the Flash. The writing was good. Uh, when you see the bigger picture, Harrison Wells, aka Eobard Thawne, was an amazing villain. The story was well crafted, it was really good. That was the good days of The Flash, and everything fell apart when we reached season 3. Now, let's start that overview by saying we pick up with Barry struck by a lightning in Arrow second season. After 9 months in a coma, he wakes up and he realizes he has superpowers. He run fast, he heal fast, he is the Flash. Now, this is good ideas. This has 23 episodes, but I do believe they could have cut a lot of episodes because on my most recent rewatch, I realized a lot of episodes felt filler. Now, I won't consider filler if there's a connective tissue to the bigger story. So usually when the cliffhanger is reverse flash related, usually I consider that being part of the story and not filler. But episode with Captain Cold, the first one, was filler in my own opinion. The second one with Heat Wave was not filler in the other end because it was important to the bigger story. And if I remember correctly, the second episode had a cliffhanger related to Wells and the whole mystery of season 1. Now, my issue with Flash first season, a lot of dialogue are weird. They are really cringe. They are not natural. I don't like that. And I can say the same for some dialogue in Arrow first season, but they were not as obvious and there were not that many in Arrow. In The Flash, it's something I have seen too many times and I cannot overlook at it. I'm like, normal people, normal human being don't speak like that. And it's not natural. And when you look to Stargirl and Superman and Lois, the characters are human beings. They speak normally. Of course, there are some weird scene, but the weird scene can happen in real life. When it's the Flash, Iris and Barry don't have any chemistry, but they want to force a relationship between the both of them because it's comic book accurate. They they may have a very interesting and endearing backstory, but they have no chemistry. I even by season 8, I don't find them impressive on screen. I'm just used to it. They are just not a good match. I don't know if the actors they don't get along. I really don't know what's the issue, the writing, I don't know, but they just don't seem like a couple. Now you will tell me the illness. No, it has nothing to do with this. Even in season 5, most thing I remember about season 5, and I watched it a few months ago, so it's not that far behind, is the only Barry Iris scene we had. They argue with each other, they don't get along. So tell me, where's the chemistry? It's not even like I just don't buy it. This is a very forced relationship, and I don't like it. And now to add up to this, love triangle trope. I hate that. The love triangle we had in Arrow almost killed the first season in my own opinion. But the first season outside of the love triangle was amazing. It was a masterpiece. So I was like, okay, love triangle is an issue in Arrow. But there are so many good things around that I don't really mind it anymore. Yes, it's an issue. Yes, I don't like it, but it's still one of the top seasons in the Arrowverse, in my own opinion. But then the love triangle, Eddie, Barry, Iris. Ay, 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 ay. What did they do? What did they do? I don't know. I just realized I lost some footage, and the last time I've seen The Flash, earlier season, was a few months ago. Now, with this being said, just like all the other overviews on my channel, we will read my own comments and we will read other comments from other people. So I hope guys will still enjoy, even if it's not really fresh in my mind. I still remember roughly the season. So here we are. The Flash first season is near perfection origin story. Great cast, great story. It's an improved version of Smallville with the Flash as main character instead of Superman. The main villain is amazing, smart, powerful, and full of charisma. Once you get into the show, you can't get out without watching the next episode. One of the most entertaining seasons of the Arrowverse. The Reverse Flash was also an amazing villain. The few crossover with the Arrow TV show was also great. Many weekly villains are also great. My main issue I can point out is the entire soap opera aspect of the series. Iris, Eddie, Barry, love triangle is atrocious. Dialogue are also cringe and weird sometimes. So this was my comment. More positive than negative, on my part at least. Now let's go see the other people, what they want to say. I will move my face around because I hide part of the comments. Here we are. This season was a genuine surprise. I loved the Flash back then. Action wasn't the best with Barry just standing there and watching a villain hit him or run away, but it was still pretty good. Now let's read the longer ones. Unironically good. solid opening with an decent amount of intrigue about the main villain. Boy, howdy, does the finale work for me. Decent stakes and a death that actually sticks. I'm sure I sure hope future season learn how to keep character dead like this one does. So let's read the other ones. This season of Flash was amazing. I started watching a few weeks ago and I couldn't stop. This show was great and the plot story was awesome. There were so many villains and acting was great. 95.25%, episode 1-5. All interesting and exciting. Not the best in the season. 96%, episode 6-13. The level of interest stayed, and I was at the edge of my seat. Some episodes were boring and slow, but overall 90%. Episode 14-19, all extremely exciting. The best 5 episodes, 100%. Episode 20-23, episode 21 is the best of these 4. They were all extremely exciting, but 95. Okay, I guess this is all you marked down. Great start to the show, and as a great villain in Reverse Flash, the only reason it is not 5 stars is because the first 7 episodes of the season the show has an interesting one of villain, but the season finds its footing in episode 8. The crossover, buddy. You liked the crossover. The show is on a lighter note than most superhero shows. However, it's not as goofy as DC's Legends of Tomorrow, so that makes it borderline barely watchable to watchable. There are moments where I just have to roll my eyes, then roll with the punches to make it through an episode. It's a CW production, so it has minimal budget, but they do well with what they got to work with. It is a meta-human of the week format, with sometimes a larger arc within the season. Crossover once a season that bring different series together is nice. I'm a pessimist by experience, so is overly optimistic view of everything kind of make me sick, so watch this at your own peril. Not a huge fan of this one. It was fine, but couldn't keep me watching after the first 2 seasons. So a lot of people were on board. So this season gives a great introduction to the main characters. Also, the Reverse Flash is one of the greatest villains in superhero history. If you say so, man, I disagree on that. He's overrated, but he's still cool. This might probably suit a younger audience, but I did like the series when it was out in the 90s, but this is too silly for me. Even in the series being undone by running through times to all over the place for me, not something you can miss an episode of and know what's going on. It feels very made up as it goes along, and nothing is too stupid to throw in. This is my review overall, and not any particular season I watched until season 4 until I gave up. This show is great. Nowadays, people are hating on it for absolutely no reason. Okay, I disagree with this. Eric Wallace is not the right person in charge. He should be demoted to a writer in the room post instead of staying showrunner. He clearly doesn't want to do a Flash show, but that's my take here. So the 8 is deserved. I keep watching every week, but I can tell the last really amazing season was season 2. Season 3 had good and bad in it, but it wasn't appealing enough for me to say it was a great season. No. Season 4, Wars. Season 5, oh my. Don't get me started. Season 6, what is this? They started off with Crisis, and Crisis was great, but then everything fell apart with the back half, which was atrocious. Season 7 is known to be cringe. Season 8 is all about love. So I do understand the hate toward the show. Now, do I hate the show? No, 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 no. I just don't like the choices they take. And the showrunner, I don't think he's the right person for the job. But hey, I don't want him to lose his job. But I want him to be demoted to another position within the staff. Because I do think he's more competent than other showrunners with other shows. I do think this. But he doesn't want to do The Flash. He wants to do Barry and Friends All in Love. Anyway, I hope guys enjoyed. Uh, as I said many time over, season 1 was good. It was flawed, but it was very good. And I always have good memories about that season. So like, comment, and subscribe. We will see each other in future video. Have a great day.